the vegan industry is a booming business. Here now to tell us on why is vegan chef Annie Shannon and our very own money marketing maven, Bruce Turkel, because this is big business. Annie, first of all, I'm having a vegan Thanksgiving. Well, not really me, but 6.6 million people out there are going to. How do you do that?
You know, it's actually really easy. It's easier now than ever. There's so many different holiday roasts that you can find out on the market. I mean, today we brought the tofurkey, which is like the classic. Everyone's heard of that. But there's also, you know,
and that's in the middle there. It looks a bit like a sausage.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a ham, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, it's made with soy, and it's, you know, we did a maple glaze on it tonight, and you can try a bite if you want.
I'm gonna wait a second because I still have questions to ask. I might recruit someone over here to try it in a second. Bruce Turkel, let me ask you, because this is an enormous business. I mean, everywhere I go, in New York at least, there is a vegan restaurant. Everyone's getting in on it, from Chipotle to Starbucks to Subway. I mean, the list goes on. Johnny Rockets, P.F. Chang, offering vegan entrees. What do you think?
I think that you're right. It's a gigantic business, and it's getting bigger and bigger. I have a personal stake in this. My daughter, Allie, became a vegan at 8 years old, and so we were always careful.
Gotta stop you right there. How did that happen? I mean, do you eat meat? You eat meat in your family? Did she just come home and decide this is what she's doing?
Exactly right. She decided that she was no longer going to kill animals. I guess she watched Babe or something happened at school. And my wife and I both said, that's great, sweetheart. We'll support you. And we figured by the next day she'd be eating hot dogs again. She hasn't had a bite of meat in 12 years. She just committed to it, and that's her life.
What? And vegan, not vegetarian?
She started as a vegetarian, and then at some point she took it further and became a vegan.
Wow. So this is a growing market. Now, this is what I wonder when I look at this food. If you're a vegan, do you want it to look like a turkey so you pretend like you're eating turkey? Or you said that looks like a ham. I think if I'm a vegan, which I'm not, that the thought of eating animals grosses me out. So I don't want it to look like whatever the animal food would look like.
You know, a lot of people go vegan for a number of different reasons. Some people it's for health. Some people it's because they love animals. For me, it's because I love animals. You know, a lot of people didn't stop eating meat because they hated meat. They did it because they wanted to help animals.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for them, this is a roast that would replace what a turkey would be on your dinner table.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know, they want to have the spirit of Thanksgiving without having, you know, the cruelty that's involved with the industry.
Bruce, the cruelty that's involved with giving beer to your turkeys in order to make them juicy. What do you think, Bruce? What do you think is the best way to market the vegan food? I mean, do you think what appeals? Is it this idea that it should look like you're having a traditional turkey Thanksgiving, or do you want to get the turkey very far from mind?
It depends who your audience is. We always talk about that. The product offering has to be congruent with who the audience is. If you're talking to vegans and vegetarians, I don't think you need to make it look like a turkey, because tofurkey backwards is faux turkey. I don't think that's what they're looking for. But you know who tofurkey is for when it's shaped like a turkey? It's for grandma, because grandma feels bad that the granddaughter or the grandson is not having turkey because they care about it. So when you put it in this turkey shape, you can go, look, honey, look what I made for you. But Annie was right. People come to it for lots of different reasons, and having something that looks like what it's not doesn't really speak to that audience, but it does speak to everyone around them, and also the people who are flirting with it. You know, 23 million people say their diet is vegetarian influenced. I don't know how far they go with it, but they're interested in those products too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of converts in there with money. Annie, tell me what we have here. I mean, what are these different things that you brought to make it traditional? Because it smells good.
Oh,
I'm working up to trying it. I'm getting there. Tell me what all these things are.
Well, we have the tofurkey, I already said, but we also have this vegan stuffing that actually Whole Foods has made it easy. They actually have vegan stuffing right there next to the, you know, all the other stuffings that we made using Better Than Bouillon, which is a no chicken-based broth, which is like low sodium also. So, you know, if you're going vegan,
what's left out of the vegan stuffing that would be, you know, I think of stuffing as breadcrumbs. What was in the breadcrumbs that didn't qualify?
Sometimes they have like poultry seasoning that actually comes from like animals.
Okay.
So, or sometimes they also have like extra fat that's added to make it oily or whatever, like moist, but you can just use olive oil for that.
What are those breaded balls over there?
These over here are the Gardein savory stuffed tofurkeys.
Okay.
Sorry, they're turkeys, both no E. And basically, this is for like when you only have like one vegan coming over. You know, it's a personal size little like, you know.
So you can make the person, isn't that rude though? See, now I would worry about that. If I'm having a big Thanksgiving dinner and I have someone vegan there and I put that in front of them and then I have a giant dead carcass of an animal next to them in the middle of the table, I'm thinking I'm offending this person.
I think most people would actually think it was thoughtful that you thought of them.
Yeah.
You know, they would think that it was nice that you took the effort and the time to find a vegan product and then make them something that they could enjoy, so they don't have to just like pick at the sides.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, you know, what a lot of vegans had to do for years.
Yeah, Patch, what are you doing? Get over here. I think you got to come in and try this. Bruce, what do you think? What would your daughter think if you had the carcass on the table in front of her? What do you do for Thanksgiving, by the way? You got to get over here and try this. We cut this one out for you.
My daughter asked this year if we could have a vegan Thanksgiving. She's coming home from college. She said she'll prepare it. My wife and I said, we think it's a great idea as long as I can have turkey. I think you can do both. By the way, the side dishes between the yams and the green beans and the salads and everything else, you're not missing out on anything.
Going in
She
for
never
more.
finds that she's missing out.
Okay, I got to say, I'm teasing him because he said he wasn't going to